Patreon Saturdays. We got to get right into it because we break down Teresa being eliminated from Dancing with the Stars, the return of Salt Lake, the disintegration of Meredith and Lisa Barlow's relationship, Lisa Barlow and Whitney best friends, Whitney and Heather are at it. Man, but of course, we then spend a lot of time breaking down, oh my God, this scene between Kathy and Kyle, and then Kathy, Kyle, and Rinna. I mean, Kim and I were texting each other cringing. It was cringeworthy. This is real life and sisters, and oh my gosh, and Rinna. Where do we begin? And Kim and I don't agree. We don't agree. We fight about so much on this hour. So here are some examples, and then I'll head on over to Patreon. Are you Team David or Team Kim? Enjoy. Teresa is gone. She's gone. She's voted off, baby.
Who predicted that?
Week 2, right? Second one to go home.
So now the rumor, not the rumor, she's running around telling everyone it's Len Goodman didn't like her. Let me explain to the people that still believe that she did well. She did better the second time around. She was in the bottom 2 twice. Cheryl Ladd was not. She was in the bottom 2 once. It was time for Teresa to go home, not Cheryl Ladd. Cheryl Ladd was not in the bottom 2 once. Len Goodman could care less one way or the other about Teresa Giudice. I don't think he loses any sleep thinking if he likes her or not. Okay. This is a narcissist statement. Once again, could never be about her. Listen, if I were her, this is what I would say. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to contemplate this.
Yeah.
I'm going to contemplate, Luis. By the end of this podcast, I'm going to contemplate my feeling on Luis's thoughts on who was sitting around the table. Well, I'm going to contemplate that. So let me think about that for a while. Yeah, but I think that when Kathy said, you know, you make fun of me or this and that, whatever, that's not the reason. I think the reason started when Mauricio left the company and started his own company. That's when it started. That's the deep-rooted problem. If I had Kathy Hilton's money, why would I be concerned about Kyle making money? You know what I mean? It's different. If let's say that Kathy was like, didn't have much. She had some. And then all of a sudden, Kyle's husband left her husband and start making millions. And Kathy, that's not the case. So, you know, Kathy, I think Kathy wants to be the queen. She likes to be the queen. She doesn't want anybody to do better than her. She wants to have more than anyone. And I don't think Kathy in a million years thought Lisa was going to hit her between the eyes like that. I think Kathy thought she was going to have a conversation with Rinna and they were going to shove it under the table. Rinna just wouldn't stop. That's the one thing that. What do you think
about Kyle and Kathy? Like, I mean, I don't know.
I think Kyle thought Kathy deserved it. I think once Lisa Rinna kept pushing it, Kyle was like, enough. All right, just go. But I think in the beginning, Kyle was like, I don't see them ever really trusting each other again after this. I don't believe that their relationship is severed completely. I couldn't trust Kathy if I was Kyle. Like when she said that you don't make time, she goes, well, I make time for my family, my husband, my children, and I work hard. When Kyle said that.
Maybe.
Well, Lisa Rinna was also talking about what she was saying about the other girls. Like, you got to remember something. We were not in that house. We know that she was supposed to have said racial slurs. We know that she was supposed to say, and I believe she did that because she even admitted that she went on a rant that was real bad. I don't think Rinna was only talking about what she was saying about Kyle. I think Rinna was saying, who do you think you are by talking down about everyone? Like, who do you think you are? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not cool what you said about everyone. Like, yes, because this is the thing. The two of them were trying to do their power play. Like, Kathy was like, don't fuck with me, Rinna. And Rinna was like, I'm fucking with you, Kathy. Don't think you're going to intimidate me because you're not. I think it was more about that for Rinna than it was even about what she said. It was like, you're not going to quiet me. You're not going to threaten me. It was more that. Rinna don't give a shit what Kathy Hilton says. Rinna was not going to be bullied and was not going to be told you can't say anything. That's the biggest problem. That is the biggest problem. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's what Rinna was, why Rinna wouldn't stop, because you're not going to shut me up.
I mean, she did at the end say you're both, you know, but it's your family, Kyle.
It was cringeworthy. It was cringeworthy. I got anxiety. Me and David and I were texting each other. I had anxiety. I felt like I was sitting there. But you know what was spooky? You ready?
Anxiety. Yeah.
When Kathy leaves the house and she goes, "Oh, this is pretty, Kyle. This is beautiful." I was like, "Oh my God." And Kyle goes, "Fuck my life." So that brings us to the Salt Lake City premiere.
Yes. Salt Lake is back.
Good.
And I mean, this is, they're done.
They're not going to come back from this.
Nope.
They're not going to come back from this. Yeah. Now, you know, Lisa and Whitney are best friends. They were on Andy Cohen. And when Andy Cohen said, "Who do you trust more," to Whitney, Heather or Lisa at this point, she said Lisa. I think that Lisa's using Whitney because Lisa doesn't have anyone solid. She lost them all. So I think she got the weakest link that really wanted her to be friends with her. And I think she's using poor Whitney. I think Whitney's going to find that out because I don't think that's real. I think Whitney thinks it is, but I think Lisa's just using her.
Should we do?
You know who else I like? You know who else I really think is genuine? And I never comment on the husbands or whatever.
Oh,
I like Coach Shaw. I think he is a genuinely kind, nice human being. I really, really do. I could see through people. The way he like took Heather under his wing, and he's a lovely man. He really is a lovely man. And you know, I have such mixed emotions of all of this because greed is one of the 7 deadly sins. And I think that deep down, Jen might have started out as a good person to get a man like that. But the greed took over. The greed can take over people. Greed is bad.
Greed is bad. I have a lot to say right now.
There's something about her personality that I would have been drawn to. Would I have stood by her if I knew she defrauded these old people? No, it's disgusting. But like, there's something that's sweet. Like, I understand how she did it because she's very good at what she's very good at that aura that she puts on.
You know what?
The judge, listen to me, the judge watching this, same thing that happened with Teresa with Judge Salas. The judge watching this is going to say, this girl doesn't care about what she did to these people. She deserves to go to jail. You cannot behave like that. You have to be truly sorry for what you did. If you're complaining about downsizing to a 5,000 square foot house, people don't take kindly to that. They don't take kindly to that. It's not going to be good for her. It's not going to be good for her.
And you're being sarcastic about your closet. And mind you, listen, what are you doing?
Well, she was 100% in denial. There's no question that she was in denial. Let me get back to Teresa for a minute.
I think she's still in denial, though. Her social media behavior, like, you are going to jail. Like, this is real. This is real. Well, this is life. This isn't Heather Gay and Whitney. This is life.
I agree. Well, going back to Teresa, when the whole jail thing, when she went in front of Judge Salas, when she came back to give her the time, she said, I was going to put you on probation. I was going to let you go home and put you on probation, but because you were still lying about what you have and what your property's worth and what your clothes, your jewelry, your furniture, you still don't get it. You need to go to jail to think about it. She was going to get off. She was going to go on probation.
So what did Teresa lie about? Like, I know she, like, what, when she was in court, they asked her, what'd she lie about?
No, you have to fill out paperwork. What your furniture's worth, what your jewelry's worth. Remember, you owe people money. You scammed people. So you defrauded people. So when she filled out the paperwork, she said that the furniture was worth $25,000, that furniture in her house. Most of her jewelry was not real, blah, blah, blah. She didn't come clean.
Well, guess who is coming clean? David and Kim D over on Patreon. We talk a little more about Teresa. We break down more about the Salt Lake City premiere. Kim and I get into a pretty big disagreement about Jen Shah. And we, of course, talk more about, we really deep dive on this scene. Man, this scene between Kathy and Kyle, I don't know. It really stressed me out. This is real life shit. And then, of course, we take the second scene when Rinna enters the picture. So Kim and I get into some fights about that too. Trust me. So head on over to Patreon to hear about Beverly Hills, Salt Lake, and a little more Teresa. Enjoy.